Thank you for joining me, Stuart here again, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to give you a little more insight as to what you can expect when you join me for a training, whether that's in person in small groups or whether you're going to join me online. The first thing I want to emphasize is that a yoga training is not only reserved for those that want to become a yoga teacher by profession. That isn't the role of a yoga training. And in fact, when I went on my first training, I had absolutely no desire and no intention of one day becoming a yoga teacher. I simply wanted to know more about yoga. I wanted to know more about this practice that had quite obviously changed my life. And it had done, and it continues to do so. Yoga as a practice and a tradition has without doubt transformed my life in such an incredibly profound way. It's helped me find greater focus, more purpose in my life, more determination and discipline in my life. Importantly, it helps me overcome my addictive behaviours and my self-destructive patterns. Now, as well as wanting to learn all this stuff about yoga, I also wanted to get better at it too. And for me, that's why yoga as a practice and tradition, it's always felt more like a martial arts discipline, something that you improve on. There's a journey of yoga, there's a path of yoga that you develop and improve, and it helps your life. And I've always seen it much more as that rather than the exercise and / dance class that it's often now viewed in yoga studios and gyms. Not that that's wrong, it's just not my connection to it. And so when I was rewriting these courses, I wanted to offer two distinct paths, both of which offer insights into the yoga tradition, both of which are progressive, and both of which help you improve and grow both as a yoga student, but also as a person. And these two paths are, one, a student path, and secondly, a teacher path that is going to help you make yoga as a teaching profession and be a really successful, really impactful teacher. Now, to give you a little of the value that you will gain from coming on either the student path or the teaching path, I want to quote a recent podcast that I was listening to where a very highly accredited and very well-known psychiatrist labelled yoga as the most robust method that we currently have for improving our health and our wellness. And he said it does it because it views the mind and body as one complex and gives us practical techniques and practices that improve how our mind works and the health of our bodies. And in doing so, it actually helps us on a day-to-day basis. It does this because when yoga is taught at its absolute optimum, when it's truly understood, it uses the body as a tool to improve our life. And it does this by dramatically improving our health. So the chemicals within our body that begin to be produced, our neurotransmitters and our biochemicals, they begin to shift and change and come into balance. And this incredible influence that the chemical balance on our body has on our mind changes the way in which we perceive the world and, importantly, the way in which we respond to the world. So quite literally, practicing and learning the deeper aspects of yoga helps you make better decisions in your life. It helps you understand your motivations, your drives, your fears, your disappointments, and then it gives you a very specific methodology to grow and improve and to get more from life. When I was in India and living there with my teacher, he said to me that you've got yoga trainings all misunderstood back in England. He said students come on yoga trainings because yoga helps improve their life no matter what walk of life they're from. You go on a yoga training to learn yoga properly, to understand the science and the philosophy and how you can include it into your life and implement it into your life, because when you do so, it's going to help your relationships. It's going to help your relationship with yourself, the people around you, your close family and friendships and partner relationships. It's going to improve you at whatever your roles are in life, whether that's at home or as a colleague at work. The yoga practice as a system is there to improve your life, not necessarily to make you a teacher, although we can help you become a teacher too. So under inspiration from my teacher, I came back, and for the years that followed, I started to develop a system. I call this system Aligned. And the idea is that it meets you where you currently are. So if you're a beginner, an absolute beginner to yoga, then there's a course that takes you from a beginner and moves you into something that is much more experienced. If you're an experienced student, then there's a course that takes you on the next steps. And if you want to become a teacher by profession, then there's a course that's going to help you learn how to teach, how to create classes, and how to share the yoga that has helped you. Everything that you will learn on the course are things that I personally practice. And everything that I practice, I have done incredible amount of research for, and we have the scientific documentation and evidence, meaning that everything you teach is evidence-based and has data to back it up. And because of this approach that we take, it's meant that the courses that I have written have been third-party assessed and third-party accredited, both nationally and internationally. And that isn't the case for many yoga trainings. Within the yoga fraternity, many trainings are accredited within yoga by one of the yoga alliances. This actually isn't a governing body. They don't assess content or teachers, and they don't check if anything that is being taught is actually evidence-based. Knowing that, after running courses for many, many years now, I wanted to position my trainings as something different, where when you complete them, you receive a professional qualification, one that will stand up against anything else that is out there. Now, importantly, you don't need to be highly educated or particularly academic to join the course. The course meets you where you are, and myself and everything that I've created is there to provide you with the support that you need to get the most from the course. Now, I have additional information on each of the courses. You can find this just by clicking into the course, the 100 hours and the 300 hours, or alternatively, you can contact myself by going to support@stuartpilkington.yoga. Send over all your questions. My team will pick that up and they will contact me, and I'll make sure that we can catch up by a phone call, and I can help guide you as to what is the right course and what is the right path for you.